Right. Right.
Hello there, welcome to the Florida Softball Network. We're coming to you from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It is the second game of seeding play of 4 games. The second game of the day for the Gators, as they are taking on the Hotshots. And leading off for the Gators as the visiting team is going to be Avelo Fitzgerald. And the first pitch to Avelo in there for strike 1. Next pitch to Avelo is fouled off to the right side. Bounces off the first base dugout fence. And the count now 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. And that misses low outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Working in the circle for the Hotshots is Kolasa, the coach's daughter. And that one's going to miss low for 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count on the first batter of the game, Avelo. And she's going to blast that one past the second base. And that's going to go to the fence in center field. She's getting waved to go to third, but decides to hold up there at the last second. Change of plan as the ball came quickly in from the outfield fence. And Avelo on there with a double.
Now batting number 6, Cameron.
So a nice job there by Avelo, down on the count 0-2, fights her way back and gets a nice single, or rather double, out into right center field. Up now is Cameron, and that ball is going to get away from the third baseman on the throw, on the steal, and just like that, the Gators get their first run as Avelo makes it from the double, a stolen third, and stolen home. All right, so Cameron's going to step back in on a 1-ball, no strike count. And that one's going to miss now for 2-0. And quickly we go to 3-0. All right, here comes the 3-0 delivery. And there's in there for a strike. And that's going to miss high outside. And Cameron jogs on over to first base with a walk. Going to bring up to bat now Fatima Masri. It's the turf, and lucky there because Cameron would have been thrown out. The ball got well ahead, but the fielder unable to hold on to it. So a successful stolen base there. And now the Gators have another runner in scoring position. Fati's going to step in on a 1-0 count. And that's going to miss low for ball 2. And there's the 3-0. There is a throw over to third that gets away from the third baseman off the top of her glove. And another successful stolen base. So Gators being aggressive on the base paths here to start the game. Have now their second run standing at third base and a timeout called by the Hotshots. All right, so Fonte well ahead in the count now. 3 balls, no strikes. Runner at third base there is Solano. And that pitch gets in there for strike 1. All right, 3-1. And that gets fouled. And a nice battle back by the pitcher Kolasa to bring the count full. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fonte gonna look for something to swing at, and that's gonna fall short of the plate. And now another walk given. All right, runners at the corners here as number 1, Kira Sherman comes up to bat. Let's see what's gonna happen here. It's a stolen base there on the fielder's indifference. And now Gators with 2 runners in scoring position. Batter here, Kira Sherman, watches that ball miss low. And now the count is gonna be 3-0. Oh, that one's hit hard to second base, who misses the throw, but the first baseman with a heads-up play able to make the tag. But a run crosses the plate as Cameron's able to get in from third base, and it also advances Fonte over to third, and the Gators another runner in scoring position as the score advances here to the Gators up by a score of 2-0. Brings up to plate now number 12, Addison Held. And that one's going to get fouled to the right side. Drops over there in front of the fence, the right side of the field. And the count 0-1. That one misses for a ball. And that one is going to be a fair ball. A fair ball, and it goes through the break in the fence in right field, so that's going to limit her to a double. So the outfield fence is not complete in foul territory as the ball trailed up first base line and then staggered to the right, found the gap. So a fantastic blast there by Addison Held, scores another run, gets her in scoring position with a ground rule double, or a bounce out double, whatever you want to call it. And the Gators now up by a score of 3-0. All right, number 99, Kennedy Copeland now comes up to bat. And she blasts one that goes foul, bounces off the fence over there in the first base dugout. A couple of coaches had to duck.
Let's go, Casey! Let's go, Kennedy!
And that pitch is going to sail high. Wild pitch there allows Addie to advance from second to third. And now with the 1 out, there is a runner at third base, which is Addison. And KC on a 1-1. Fouls that one over the backstop and out of play. And as the umpire there says, counts now 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. And that one's going to get fouled out of play again to the right side. Three nothing. 3-0 the score here. Gators up. Here comes the pitch to KC. And she's going to hit that one high into the air. into right field. The right fielder catches it, but tagging up is Addison from third base. Nice hit there deep by Kennedy, allowing Addison to tag and score, and now the Gators up by a score of 4-0 with 2 outs. Brings up to bat now number 31, Kinsley Roman. First pitch misses for ball 1. And that one's in there, right down the river for strike 1. All right, count now, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The next delivery coming up here to Kinsley. Misses high and inside. And they count now 2-1. And the 2-1 misses. And now hitters count. The count 3-1 for the batter, number 31. And that one misses, and Kinsley on with 2 outs as she gets the walk. Brings up to bat now Haley Hirsch. And the first pitch in there for strike 1. And the changeup misses well high. And the count moves to 1-1. And there is a pitch that goes low. And the count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Count on Haley. And that one grabs the low part of the zone. And the count now 2-2. It's 2-2. Coach said going on the pitch and thought it was 3-2, but no, 2-2 the count. And that one gets fouled to the screen.
Go, Haley.
And we stay here at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deuce is here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And that's going to miss low, and the count goes full to 3-2.
Win it, Hills.
Here comes the 3-2 delivery. And that's going to be low. And Haley gets her 3rd walk of the day. First walk of this game. So not getting much to hit. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs. Brings up to bat number 16, Luca Hansberger. First pitch misses there for ball 1. Next pitch to Luca, swing and a miss. And count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Luca. She fouls that one to the screen. Now Luca down in the count here, 1-2. And that's going to sail well high, and the count goes to 2-2. Nice job by the catcher there to jump up, grab that high pitch, keep the Gators runners from advancing. And Lucas steps back into the box with a 2-2 count. And that one misses, and count goes full. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes now. So runner's going to be off and running on the pitch. And it gets blasted high into the air. The center fielder under it grabs it and records the 3rd out. So the Gators strand 2, but able to get 4 runs across. As we move into the bottom part of the 1st inning, it's the Gators 4 hot shots with their first at-bats coming up. You're watching the Florida Softball Network. Hey, we invite you to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, catch all the great softball action. We're coming to you from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. First time out of state for us. It's the bottom of 1. And the hot shot's about to have their first opportunity at bat. Working in the circle for the Gators is going to be Avelo Fitzgerald. Behind the dish, Peyton Williamson. Over at first base, Haley Hirsch. Second base, Kinsley Roman. At short, Addison Held. And at third base, Kennedy Copeland. Your outfield from left to right. Come to you right after this pitch. And that first delivery is going to sail high for ball 1. The outfield from left to right, Cameron Solano in left, Fati in center, and Luca Hansberger over in right field. And that's your Gators defensively. At bat for the hot shots right now is Davis, number 6. And that pitch just misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. And there's a swinging foul tip for strike 1. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike here. And that's in there for strike 2. And the count now even at 2-2. And the 2-2 in there for a swinging strike 3. And Avelo records the first strikeout on the first batter for the hot shots. So Davis goes down there swinging. Brings up to plate now the pitcher for the hot shots, Kolasa, the coach's daughter. And here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. And that gets fouled to the screen. And the count goes to no balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 is going to get hit over, backhanded by the shortstop. Keeps it from going into left field, but Kolasa able to reach on that hit. And it looks like we're going to have a pitch runner for the pitcher. Nope. Nope. Just, yes. Wasn't sure if she was just going to take off her gear. But pitch runner there in for the pitcher. And with 1 out, they've got a runner at first base. Your turn.
That wasn't me. I wasn't making fun of you.
Hey, no, it's all good. Have a little fun out here in the stands. That ball is going to go low and inside, just gets away from Peyton. And Kolasa rounds second and then heads back into second base. So a stolen base there. And there's a swing and a miss that hits the grounds. And Kolasa able to advance now from second to third. So now the hot shots with a runner 60 feet away looking to get on the scoreboard. Avelo comes set, delivers, Bunt shown, pulls back, but still called a strike. Did not pull back fast enough, says the home plate umpire. And that goes to 1-2. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. And there is the third pitch that is hit. Oh, bobbled by Roman at second. Allows the Hot Shots to get their runner on, and the first run crosses home plate as well. And now the same runner comes out again to pinch run for that player. So that must have been the catcher, because the other one was the pitcher.
Let's go Gators!
So Hot Shots able to score their first run there and have another runner now on the base paths over at first base. And that pitch is in there for a strike delivered by Avalo. Next one gets fouled to the screen. And now Avalo up on the batter by a count of 0-2. And the 0-2. Swing on and miss for strike 3. All right, so Avalo able to score to record the second strikeout of the game. So both outs for the Gators recorded at the plate by Avalo. And now comes up to bat Matthews. Matthews bunts, nice bunt, hits the ground, fire there. And a nice play there by Peyton Williamson to fire over to Haley Hirsch to record the third out. Excellent job on a nice bunt that just sat right there in front of home plate. Peyton able to bring it out just enough to find a lane and fire over to first. And the Hot Shots strand 1. So after one full inning, it's the Gators 4, the Hot Shots 1 here on the Florida Softball Network. We'll come back to you in just a moment. All right, well, it's the top of the second inning here in this 7-inning or 70-minute game. Leading off for the Gators here in the second is going to be number 22, so appropriate in the second inning. Double deuces 22, the first batter. And that's going to be Peyton Williamson. Peyton playing catcher for this game. Made that nice third out play on the bunt. Now her opportunity to put some runs on the board if she can get on or find a gap to get herself all the way home. Why not get it over the fence while you're at it, right? All right, here we go. It's on a count of 1 ball, no strikes. The next delivery. And that's going to miss low. And now the count 2-0. All right, the 2-0 delivery. Misses high. And now Peyton well up on the count on the pitcher by a count of 3-0. Still working in the circle is Kolasa on 47 pitches. Here comes the 48th. And that's in there for strike 1. A little low, but umpire expanding the strike zone on a 3-0 pitch. So kind of giving the pitcher a break there. And the count now 3-1, still batter's count for Peyton. And she'll watch that one sail in. That one would look much more like a strike, and now the count full. So nice job there by the pitcher to get herself back in the count. Full count. Peyton looking for something she can smash. And here comes the payoff. And that is hit. That's going to make it over. The second baseman slips on the turf as she tried to make that play. Feet kind of slide out from under, and Peyton is on.
Now coming back, number 10.
So nice at bat there by Peyton. And the Gators flip the lineup. And coming in to run for Peyton is number 99, Kennedy Copeland. You mentioned earlier Peyton the catcher, so this gives her an opportunity to get some time in the shade. It's a hot one out here. So now, like I said, she gets an opportunity to get in the shade, get hydrated, get her gear on so there's no rush. And okay, so Gators flip the lineup here. The number 1 batter for the Gators, Avelo Fitzgerald, now comes up to bat. She started off the game with a double. And now Copeland off on the pitch. She's headed over to second base. The throw sails high, so she's able to steal 2. So 1 ball, no strikes. And that one's going to go low. Kennedy's going to go over to third.
Hey!
And Kennedy able to get safely to third. And fortunately, they're wearing turfs, because otherwise that third baseman would have been in a little bit of pain, kind of would have gotten cleated, but nice to have the turf shoes. So the throw led her in the path of the runner. Now count of 2-0 for Avelo. Now the count goes 3-0. So 3 balls all in a row there for this at bat for Avelo. And that pitch is in there for a strike. And the 3-1 is going to get hit but foul along the left side. And now the count goes full to 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the batter, Avelo. Kennedy pitch running for Peyton, standing at third base. And here we go, the payoff pitch coming your way. And that's going to get hit over to third base. Third baseman throws to 1, and Avelo is thrown out on that, but able to cross there is Peyton. So thanks to, well, it was actually Kennedy, but thanks to Peyton getting on earlier, the Gators are able to put another run on the board, and the Hot Shot's happy to get the out there, I'm sure. Cameron takes the first one, and Gall said, oh, and the right fielder unable to field it, and Cameron's going to come all the way to 3. There's a nice little triple on the air by the right fielder. And Fonte comes up now to bat. RBI waiting for her over there at third base. And here we go. And Fossey watches that one grab the outside corner for strike 1.
Hey, let's go, kid.
All right, no balls, 1 strike. And Fati hits that one over to the second baseman, who bumbles the ball. And another fielding error allows the Gators to get another run across.
Now batting number 1, Kira.
Brings Kira. All right, Kira presents the bunt, fouls it. And that one swung on, but going to be foul. And now after 2 foul balls, Kira down in the count here, 0-2, going to have to protect the plate.
3-2-4.
All right, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first base. And she holds back on that pitch that sails high. And the count goes to 1-2. Thought about it for a moment, but wisely held back. And the 1-2 is hit into center field. And the Hotshots able to record their second out on the pop fly. Brings up to bat now number 12, Addison Held.
Batting for the Lightning, number 12, Addison.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
So Addie steps in. She's 1 for 1 today. And looks for the first pitch, which gets called on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
You got this one too?
And that one is going to get hit to the second baseman, who steps off. The first baseman is off the bag, and she's safe. Somehow the first baseman came off of the bag, and now because of that bobbled play, the coach pulls the second baseman. This coach does not allow the players to make any errors without repercussions. So the second baseman gets called off, even though it was the first baseman's fault. So unusual call there by the coach for the Hotshots. And really, for a team that's 14-year-olds that are still learning the game, perfecting the game, imagine the confidence that shatters of a player who didn't even make an error on that play. It was the first baseman. Well, here's a bunt played by the pitcher, and that records the third out. So Kennedy trying to lay down the bunt, unsuccessful there. And I'm sure the Hotshot players now go into their dugout, hoping that they don't get pulled off of the field at any point in time by their coach. Well, here come the Gators to take the field. Now down by a score of 6-1 are the Hotshots. And we're going to reset here as we move into the bottom part of the second inning here on the Florida Softball Network. All right, well, leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Hotshots is going to be, I can't tell, the name doesn't fit all on Game Changer, Rivera, Kamach, something. But still working in the circle is Avalo Fitzgerald on 16 pitches. And the first pitch gets fouled back for strike 1. And listening to her third base coach, who said, you better swing that stick and mean it, swings that one. Probably would have been better off taking that one for a ball, and now she's down in the count, 0-2. And the changeup gets called for a strike. And the third strike is thrown down to first to grab the first out. And the first pitch of this at bat is in there for strike one. The batter here now is Portman. And the next one gets fouled, and the count goes to 0-2.
Got 2 strikes off the bat. 1-7-2.
Okay, no balls, 2 strikes. And there's strike 3, and it hits the turf, but Payne able to pick it up and quickly tag the batter. And the second out recorded here in the bottom of the second inning. Bigs up to bat now, number 19, Eason. Eason watches that delivery go low for ball 1. Next pitch to Eason. She sets way early.
2-2-1.
1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's in there for strike 2. All right, so Avalo now up on the batter Eason by a count of 1-2. And the 1-2 delivery misses low for 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Sails high outside. Oh, I guess it was 3-2. Okay, well, with that, with 2 outs, the Hot Shots now have a runner at first base. As Eason reaches on the walk. And first pitch by Fitzgerald in there for a called strike 1 on the batter, number 25, Edwards. And that one's going to get fouled to the right side. And now the count 0-2.
Got 2 strikes on the bat. 1-1.
And the 0-2 misses for 1-2. And the 1-2 fouled to the backstop. And we'll stay here.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
All right, here comes the 1-2. And that gets fouled to the backstop once again. Edwards battling here against the pitcher, Avalo Fitzgerald. Avalo on 32 pitches on the outing. The changeup misses low.
Got 2-2.
And now the count all even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 sails high. Nice job there by the catcher to reel that one in. It went a little bit high. And now the count full. Nice job by the batter to get back into this after down 0-2. And that one's going to get fouled over towards first base side. And we stay here with the full count. So with 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, that runner first is going to be off and running on the pitch. Here it comes, and there's a swinging strike 3. And Avilo comes in clutch there to record the 3rd out. Well, we played 2 innings so far, and the Gators have been able to get up on the scoreboard by a score of 6-1. We move into the 3rd inning in this 70-minute game. We are 44 minutes into it, so another 20 some odd minutes to go. 25 minutes to go or so, and so we thank you very much for staying tuned with us. Hope you're enjoying the game. Going to be leading off for the Gators will be number 31, Kinsley Roman. Behind her on deck is going to be Haley Hirsch. You get the runners and the outs off of your scoreboard, reset into the next inning. We'll be right back to you here on Florida Softball Network.
Now to bat number 31, Kinsley. I got my fans in the stands, my team on my back, my family in my heart. I put my city on the map. See, I'm cool with my school, but I know I can do better.
Top of the 3rd inning, leading things off is going to be Kinsley Roman here, who's about to step into the box. Gators up by a score of 6-1 over the Hotshots. And her first pitch delivered. It's going to be a swinging strike 1. Continuing to work in the circle is Kolasa. And the next one just misses, and the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 in there for a looking strike 2. All right, here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Kinsley. And that misses just wide. And the count now 2-2. The 2-2 misses low and the count goes full. And the 3-2 misses, and Kinsley heads on over to first base on the walk.
Batting number 7, Haley.
Brings up to bat now, number 7, Haley Hirsch. And Haley takes the first one, fouling out of play to the right side, first base side there. And the count goes to 0-1. And Haley watches that one in there. And now quickly down to the count 0-2. All right, no balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to get fouled. Easily play for the first baseman in foul territory. Records the out.
Now to bat number 16, Luca.
Comes up to bat now is Luca Hansberger, who watches the first ball miss for ball 1. And the attempted back pick.
Good job, Ken.
And Kinsley able to dive back to first base. And the count goes to 2-0. And the 2-0 gets hit to the third baseman, who looked for someone to throw at second to get the lead runner, but no one there. Grabs the out at 1. And now 2 outs recorded by the Hotshots. And Kinsley over at second base looking for someone to knock her in. And that's someone, hopefully Peyton Williamson, as she steps up to bat. Music. And that pitch called strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Here comes the 0-1. And that misses high. Then the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Gators up by a score of 6-1. Williamson now looking for the pitch. And it misses low outside. And that one's going to make it past first base, and coming around is Kinsley, and she's going to touch home plate, and the Gators going to put another run on the board with an RBI single there by Peyton Williamson. Nice hit. All right, so Avalo Fitzgerald now up at bat. The Gators are the top of their lineup. On an 0-1. She hits that one. That's going to find the gap between short and third.
Way to go, Avalo!
And a nice hit there by Fitzgerald. And now the Gators have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Cameron Solano. And a nice hit there by Cameron. Gets past the second baseman. And Gators going to have runners in the corners. And Luca Hansberger crosses home plate.
Now batting number 3, Fatima.
And the Gators extend their lead now by a score of 8-1. And Fatima Masri now, number 3, the center fielder, coming up to bat. First pitch misses there. And on fielder's indifference, runner able to advance. Now runners at second and third base with 2 outs. And that one misses for a ball. And now the count 2-0. And Fati's going to hit that one over towards the first and second baseman. Neither are able to field it. Allows 2 runs to come in. And now the Gators up by a score of 10-1 over the Hot Shots.
Now batting number 1, Kira.
Up to bat Kira Sherman now. Watches that ball sail high. And a successful stolen base there by Fati as she moves into scoring position at second. All right, the count on Kira now goes to 3-0 and another stolen base as Fati reaches over to third base. So now 60 feet away from putting another run up on the board with 2 outs. And Kira well ahead on the count, 3-0. And that one sails in there for strike 1. Nice pitch there by Kolasa on 92 pitches. And the 93rd is going to get hit foul out of play to the right side. And the count goes full to 3-2. And Kira hits that one into center field. The center fielder able to track that one down. And the Hot Shots able to record the third out. So the Gators strand Fati over at third, but able to get multiple runs across. Now in double digits with the score being Lady Gators Jackson 10, the Hot Shots 1 here on your Florida Softball Network. And that just misses for 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes on the batter Dozier. And here comes the 2-0. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 1. The 2-1 delivery. High and outside, and now batter's count for Dozier of 3-1. Here comes the 3-1 from Avilo. And that's in there for a strike, and the count goes full. So a nice pitch there, her 40th pitch of the outing. Brings the count full now to 3-2. Batter steps out, gets reset. Fitzgerald comes set. And the payoff pitch. It gets fouled. And we stay full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. The second game of the day, the second of 4 seeding games. The next 2 seeding games going to be played tomorrow. Here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And a swinging foul ball there. And we stay at 3-2. So Dozier battling there as well as Avilo in the circle. Peyton Williamson, the catcher, working back there. And a 3-2. Whoa, looked good, but called ball 4. Must have been a little bit outside. Not sure where that missed. Even the catcher not sure how that one missed. But it happens. All right, here we go. Next pitch. And that one's going to get past Peyton. And now Dozier moves over to second base.
4-5-5.
Batter here is Davis for the hot shot. Swings and misses for a strike.
6-4-4.
And the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one gets foul to the left side for a long strike. And the count now 1-2.
3-2-1.
And the 1-2. And there's a swinging strike 3. And Avalo able to record the first out herself with the strikeout on the batter. And Davis heads back to the dugout. And coming to the plate is Kolasa. That's the pitcher. Watches the first one sail high for ball 1. Peyton keeping eyes on the runner at 2, not allowing her to advance. All right, 1 ball, no strikes. And that one misses high outside for ball 2. 2-0.
5-5-5.
All right, 2 balls, no strikes. And that one's going to get hit over to second baseman, who dives and makes the play to record the second out.
Hey, good try. Great job, Ken.
So now with 2 outs, runner at third base.
5-5-2.
Hot Shots looking for an opportunity to get another run on. And there's a swinging strike 1.
6-7-2 Alexis.
All right, the count on the batter now, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. Next delivery from Fitzgerald is going to get hit back to her. She'll throw over to first. A bad throw, though, allows the run to cross and allows the batter to get over to second base.
Hey, next play, next play.
So now 2 outs and a runner at second, and the Hot Shots able to get a run across, but still the Gators up by a score now of 10-2. All right, Gators meeting in the circle, discuss, get themselves settled in. They only need 1 more out here, get off the field. And now coming up to bat is Elkins. 0 for 1 today. Ayers over at second base, the base runner for the Hot Shots, looking for an opportunity to cross home plate. And the first pitch here of the at-bat is in there for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Just low, that hits the ground, and the runner able to advance over to third base. And now the Hot Shots with another run just 60 feet away. Next delivery in there. Misses for a ball. And another ball that hits the ground there. Popped out of Peyton's glove. And the count now 2-1. And a nice hold there by the batter. And now batter's counted 3 balls, 1 strike. So Hot Shots looking for a 2-out rally. And Avilo going to try to look to put the batter down. All right, so count goes full. Grab the outside part of the plate. And timeout called by the Hot Shots third base coach to talk to his batter Portman, number 22. All right, here we go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here comes the delivery from Fitzgerald, and that's in there for a looking strike 3. Nice pitch there by Avilo to get that 3rd out. And that's going to end the game. So they're going to line up at home plate, a little bit different than what the Gators are used to. They usually meet in the circle, but no problem. Hey, listen, things are a little different. You go out of state, up here in South Carolina with this team, and the girls are going to meet, and a great game played by both. And the Gators able to go 2-0 in seeding on day 1, beating the Hot Shots by a score of 10-2. We're going to be back in action again tomorrow, first game at 10 a.m. We invite you to join us then. In the meantime, hey, feel free to watch any of the other games that are on the channel. If you want more of your softball fix, it's all out there for you on the Florida Softball Network. I want to thank you for tuning in for this game. My name's Dave, coming to you again from Myrtle Beach. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for watching FSN. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. If you are a subscriber, we appreciate all the fantastic support. Give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you from the ballpark. Have a great